Today is Sew My Style Reveal Day, and I am so excited to show you what I made. First, let's talk about the pattern options for Sew My Style in May. The options were the Ringo tee by True Bias or the Game Day tee from Love Notions. I've been wanting to try a Love Notions pattern for a while now, so I decided to go for that one. The game day tee comes in two lengths, shirt and a knee-length dress. Both views feature a split hem to add interest. They also come with two neckline options, a lapped v-neck as well as a scoop, and you can make it with either short sleeves or 3/4 length sleeves. It also has a full bust option as well, so you wouldn't have to make that adjustment if you're a full busted person. This is obviously a pretty sporty pattern, and I don't know if you know me, but I'm not the most athletic person in the world, so I took a few creative liberties that I am really thrilled about. Here is my game day jersey, and I'm using the term jersey very loosely. You can definitely tell that the inspiration for my dress might have been a sports jersey, but with the color blocking and added ruffle details, it's for sure more of a feminine version of the original pattern. Okay, let's talk about the fabric. The burgundy and red fabrics are actually an athletic ponte I got from fabric.com. They call it double knit ponte, but it's not really what you might imagine if you thought of a double knit and a ponte having a baby. It's more of like if you can imagine a cheer or band uniform fabric. I got it for another project, and when it arrived, I knew it wouldn't work for that one. I had no idea what I would use it for, but it was super inexpensive, so I just held on to it. And I'm really glad I did because I think it works really well for this shift dress. The pink fabric is a more garment fashion ponte that you might be familiar with. I had a few scraps of it left over from that same previous project, so I decided to throw that in as well for some of the more some of the details that required more of a lightweight fabric, like the ruffles that I added to the arm sleeves. I made the entire dress as intended except for the sleeve stripes and hem. For the sleeve stripes, I ended up cutting 1 1/4 inch wide strips as long as I could make them. I wasn't really sure how much of the ruffle I would need. I gathered them on my serger. Yes, more on this neat little trick to come. And I sewed them to the sleeve, placing the top ruffle where the original placement line is on the pattern, and the bottom ruffle 1/4 inch below the raw edge of the first one. I hope that makes sense. I also hemmed the sleeves at 1/2 inch. For the hem, I chopped off 5 inches of the bottom of the dress, and then I added back an 8-inch ruffle that I also gathered on my serger. Ruffles, especially in a stiff fabric like this one, obviously flare out a bit, so it gives the appearance of them actually being shorter than they are. So when I add them to the hems of garments, I always give myself a little bit of extra length just to make sure the final result is actually long enough. Another fun detail that I added was the top stitching. It was more of a necessity than a design choice. It's technically because I made faux flat felled seams. After serging the raw edges of this fabric together, I knew I would never get the seams to lay flat. The fabric is just too stiff and does not press well at all. So I just sewed the serge seam allowances to one side of the seam line to keep them nice and flat, which produced this top stitching detail on the right side of the garment. I did not make any alterations to the pattern at all. I just graded from a large in the bust and waist and then a 2XL in the hip. And for this fabric, I think that that was perfect. The instructions were easy for me to follow, and if not for all my ruffles, it would have come together really fast. I'm wearing the dress today with some cute sneakers, but I could also dress this up with some fun heels. The fabric is thick and 100% polyester, so it's far from breathable. So it will probably chill out in my closet until summer passes, but when that time comes, look out. Please check the description box for a link to this pattern and the fabrics I used. Here's how you access it from either your mobile device or your desktop. Also, feel free to ask me any questions about this pattern or the fabrics, or just to say hi, or let me know what you think of my version by leaving a comment. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this one, but that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!